All right, here we go, people. This is big. Now, we've been to London, we've been to LA. Riyadh season is finally back in Saudi Arabia for something very, very special. I'm talking the battle of the best at 175 pounds. Is it going to be Artur Beterbiev? Is it going to be Dmitry Bivol? Unified champion versus unified champion to find out who is numero uno in the division.
Yes. 2. Come on. 3. Good. 4. Get it. Yeah, switch. 3. Good. One more.
All right, here we go, people. This is big now. We've been to London. We've been to Riyadh season is finally back in Saudi Arabia for something very, very special. I'm talking the battle of the best at 175. Is it going to be Artur Beterbiev? Is it going to be Dmitry Bivol, unified champion versus unified champion? To find out who is numero uno in the division, boxing pros have given their predictions in a reaction to the key highlights of the URBBV versus Dmitry Bivol fight. Bivol could be the lone contender in this 175 pounds division with the skills necessary to overcome the unified champion. However, unraveling Beterbiev's intimidating blend of relentless pressure and explosive power presents a formidable challenge. Someone like that, if you're just running around, he'll just bully you. You need to get some sort of respect from the start. But you got to fight your game plan too. Olympic star Ben Whittaker told Sky Sports. Whittaker, meanwhile, refrained from giving away too much about his strategy for facing Beterbiev. He added, "I can't give away all the gems." He cuts down the ring very well, and when you cut down the ring like that, you don't need to move all crazy. He makes you move crazy and walk you onto shots. Very clever fighter. I'm excited for the fight. You can't just box him, and you can't just fight him. I think there's a time and a place where you need to move, and there's a time and a place where you need to hold your feet still. The idea is unsettling. Perhaps the most intimidating fighter in the sport is Beterbiev. There isn't another scarier, reflected Camille Zera, the middleweight, who will box Chris Eubank on Saturday's show. He added, "I wouldn't say that because I'm not scared of anyone. There is no fear for me of any opponent. I would do what I can against Beterbiev. And it would be a street fight, me or him, despite its seeming paradox. Taking Beterbiev on directly and where he is most powerful might be the best course of action." Whittaker will face Liam Cameron on the undercard of Beterbiev versus Beatville. Cameron proposed that if he had to face the unified champion, he should. "I just think I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to swing with him because I'm not prolonging the damage moving for him to catch me when I'm tired. Just try to chin him early in fast fighting, according to your own style, would be sensible. I wouldn't have the ability to box, move in and out for 12 rounds the way Bivol has that ability to do," said former world title challenger Matthew Macklin. He added, "I'd mix it up. Box fighting for me, getting backed up by Beterbiev would be a disaster. If you're electing to take the back foot and box someone and take a bit of room and angles, that's very different from being pushed back and backed up. You're being backed up, you're under pressure, you're burning nervous energy at a faster rate than you'd like to be doing so, and you're getting forced into making mistakes." Lin further added, "Coming forward, it might look like more dangerous tactics, but sometimes fighting fire with fire is actually safer tactics. Sometimes backing up, you're inviting more pressure. Actually meeting it head and you might deter it a little bit. It's something I would have had to have met head on and hope for the best." Theoretically, the most effective strategy against Beterbiev would be to utilize footwork, agile movement, and quick combinations. This is precisely the fighting style that Ball has developed and refined over the course of his career. European cruiserweight champion Jack Massey argued that to approach Bivol, you just got to stick and move, box and move, box and move, not let him track you down. I'm edging towards Bivol. I believe he can outbox him. We'll see. I think it's a great fight. He was agreed upon by Gio Paya, who faces Massey on Saturday's bill. To defend the IF cruiserweight title, you've got to do exactly what Ball does best and keep moving and cutting angles. He's a great fighter. It's a great chess match, this fight. It's a perfect walk-forward fighter against the perfect long-distance footwork fighter, I have told Sky Sports. He added, "I'm leaning a bit towards Bivol because I'm more boxing, cutting angles. I like that boxing more than that front foot sort of style, but it isn't going to be an easy fight. The loser is going to be the one that makes the most mistakes. I believe they both have the tools to beat each other, but whoever slips up the most or makes the second wrong mistake is going to pay the price. These are the top fighters. If you make a mistake, you're going to pay the consequences. Then there is a formula: never punch or step incorrectly, be flawless for a full 12 rounds. That hasn't been done against Beterbiev yet, but the only light heavyweight who might be able to is Dmitry Bivol. For many boxing aficionados, the main event of Saturday's Riyadh season program is the best of the best. For a variety of reasons, people have been advocating for Beterbiev versus Bivol. The fight for the previous few years to begin with, this matchup features two unbeaten fighters, both at the pinnacle of their skills in the light heavyweight division, finally squaring off to determine who reigns as the ultimate champion. In addition, the contrasting styles create a captivating showdown, with Beterbiev's aggressive forward-pressing strategy clashing against Bivol's agile and skillful footwork. Yes, come on, get it, yes, which one more? Hey, Hearn thinks shared pretty tough upbringings have helped turn Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol into two of the best fighters of the world before their clash on DAZN. Prior to their match, Macroom CEO Artur, who supports Bivol, gave a speech in which he discussed their ascent to the top of the game and praised their perseverance and achievement. Here said both guys have dedicated their lives to the sport. I'm sure without knowing too much, both upbringings were pretty tough and humble to say the least, but both guys have made the moves in their career to follow their dreams. Here for me, you've got two of the best fighters in the world, two pound for pound great. The fight, which takes place at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, is the most anticipated major event in the nation and pits two unbeaten opponents against each other. Bibiev stands out with an intimidating record, having secured knockout victories in all his professional fights. Hearn recognizes that facing him will present a formidable challenge. Hearn added, so many fighters have had success early against Beterbiev, but nobody has been able to keep him off for the duration. It's going to take a master boxer like Dmitry Bivol to do it. I actually think this is the best fight in boxing. Dmitry Bivol doesn't think Beterbiev, who is elderly and frequently wounded, has gotten any slower. Bivol told Boxing Scene, I feel amazing before the most important fight of my life. Just look at his record to see why he's a really dangerous fighter. It's proven that he's one of the most dangerous opponents. He has the skills. He's not only just a good puncher, he's a really good and smart fighter. He has experience and a boxing IQ. He has 3 belts for a reason for his age. He has really good conditioning. I just need to be myself and improve on my skills. You can't prepare to get punched, you have to prepare not to get punched. Bivol, age 33, and Beterbiev, 39, were initially set to clash on June 1st. However, the bout was delayed when Beterbiev sustained a ruptured meniscus during training. This injury is yet another addition to the extensive list of physical setbacks he has faced in recent years. BV added, I will try to do all of my best. If I can try to finish the fight, of course I will use the opportunity. In my head, I'm always thinking about how to win this fight and how to make everything perfect. I'm not thinking about the knockout, to be honest. In a departure from his typical training grounds in Indio, California, Ball spent 3 weeks honing his skills in the Rug-Budge Mountains of Kyrgyzstan. Following that, he dedicated 45 days to intense training in Turkey, ultimately moving to Riyadh for the final 2 weeks leading up to the fight. Ball added, my body is a little bit different than when I was preparing for Canelo Alvarez 2 years ago. My conditioning coach can see and is giving me new and different exercises at the same time, though it's a similar program. If Bivol manages to defeat Beterbiev, he will have David Benavidez, the WBC mandatory challenger, waiting in line for a shot at the title. Additionally, Ball might consider stepping up to cruiserweight to take on Jay Opa, who is scheduled to compete on the undercard against Jack Massey. Moreover, Bivol could reignite interest in a long-awaited rematch with Alvarez. Bivol added, to be honest, I don't have any plans as to who I will fight next. I don't know if the rematch would be worse for Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I waited a year and a half, and it was only talk and no action or negotiations. It's a closed subject. I'm busy with Beterbiev. We'll see what happens after. Bivol went on to say that defeating Beterbiev would be a greater professional achievement than his historic victory over Alvarez via unanimous decision. He said both are important, but with the belts, of course, the Beterbiev win would be more important and meaningful for my soul than Canelo. It means a lot to me. For me, Canelo was a step to have huge fights in my career. It was a great opportunity for me to show the world that I'm a good boxer and for them to pay attention to me. I proved that I was good and champion-worthy combat sports journalist Ariel Helwani suggests that the spotlight of the upcoming showdown could tip the scales in favor of one fighter. Although both competitors have participated in high-profile matches, Helwani contends that Beterbiev's extensive experience as a headliner gives him a distinct advantage over his younger rival. Beterbiev is